Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to From the Depths with Aavak.
Hello everyone, how you doing? It has been a long time. I missed you. He didn't. He's a swine sometimes, but I did. I missed you enough for both of us.
I have a heart of... I was going to say stone. I'm a battle bot. It's probably made of, like, titanium.
You've got a brain in there, though.
Do I?
Yeah. You've got a brain in your head. I mean, I can only speak for me, I guess, but I assume you've got a brain in your head.
It's all silicon, man.
Okay.
Also, I've trapped myself in the bottom of the cannon well.
Yay. Right, well, we are back. It is still rainy. We have looked at the possibility of somehow fixing that. I don't believe there is a way of fixing that in this region. I think we need to move out of this region in order to fix that particular problem. So we will be doing this at the earliest possible time.
I mean,
however,
the constant rain and drizzle is getting on my nerves.
It is. It's mostly
like
the darkness that's
in
getting
England.
on mine. It's mostly the darkness that is getting on my nerves, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. No, especially because YouTube compression is not great.
Right, our engine is basically dying, so we need to fix this.
Wait, why is it dying?
It's weak. That's pretty much it. Our engine is weak. We need a better engine, and that is what I am doing right now.
How do you build your engines these days? Because, you know, I still don't know what the optimal, in inverted commas, engine build is. I just tend to build a lot of small 3x3x3 engines.
Okay. I never build anything optimally. First rule of Aavak, never, ever build something optimally. Second rule of Aavak, I usually build them in 5x5x3 configurations, and I just daisy chain them.
5x5x3.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you trying to work out what that would be?
I was having a bit of a think about it, I must admit. But, yeah, I mean, you'd be... So if it's 5x5x3, it would be central crankshaft with cylinders and then carburetors, which makes it, 5 wide.
Mm-hmm.
3, you're obviously having a gap in the middle of the carburetor where you're attaching, what would that be, exhausts?
Actually, it all kind of goes around the outside, you see. It's 4 cylinders. I'm building one at the moment. I should be using my mirror mode, but I refuse. There we go. Then use the carburetors to hook all of these up. So... there we go. Now, I'm going to need to dig a part of this away, unfortunately, in order to fit all of this in. Let me drop down a mirror line at this point. But effectively, I have the exhaust and I have turbochargers, and I build the engine to run basically at full whack all the time. I just find that to be better, honestly.
Okay.
I'm going to need to build this out of metal, going probably backwards this way. There we are. This is very, very dirty and ugly, and I'm not doing a very good job of putting this together because I'm trying to do it quickly. What are you working on at the moment, EE?
I've just put in a engine of my own, which is my 3x3x3 design, which is 800 horsepower.
Okay.
I assume they're horses. It's just 800 power.
I don't think they're horses, EE. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think... No. Not horses. It doesn't make sense.
Imagine. Well, it's not what.
Have you seen any horses here?
Maybe they're mechanical horses.
I think you're deluding yourself, EE.
They're mechanical people.
I can't remember. Ah, there we are. Good. So one there. Trying to remember how it was that I did this.
With difficulty.
It is an awkward one, unfortunately. Actually, I need to get rid of the mirror line because this design does not use a mirror line. It has to be built around. So I need...
because turbochargers are... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I
Turbochargers
did the
are
same thing.
awkward ones. Awkward, awkward, awkward.
You know what the most awkward is?
What?
Resource crates.
Why are they awkward?
Oh, because they're 2x2x2, except the center block isn't in the center. It's on one of the edge blocks. So if you try and mirror them, it's placed at a point, but then they'll have a different rotation. And it'll be weird.
Wow, that is actually pretty sucky.
Yeah, they're... I understand why it was done that way, but my god,
Do you
they're the
really?
most frustrating thing to put down. Well, obviously, like, there's a game limitation where the center of block has to be a block. It's not allowed to be in between two blocks because it's a 2x2.
Yeah.
The true center is in between. I assume it's a game engine limitation.
Okay.
But oh my god, it is the most annoying thing.
I completely forget how I build these things now. Currently I've got... the idea is to have 4 turbochargers to each cylinder. Now normally you can only build 3, but they... Alright, I remember. It's okay everyone, I have recalled. It is tricksy, but it is possible. Okay, calm down. Right there. Effectively, this engine uses the pass-through because there's one of the turbochargers that doesn't need to be connected to the cylinder itself. It only needs to be connected to the... Where are you?
Okay, now you've
Exhaust,
lost
here we
me
are.
on technical jargon.
Right, well, it's an inline turbocharger. Okay, it doesn't need to be connected to the cylinder. It just needs to have the cylinder's exhaust running through it. It needs to be connected to the carburetor. So what you do is, because carburetors have an exhaust, you attach one... Sorry, not carburetor. So the turbochargers have an exhaust. You attach one turbocharger to the cylinder, pipe the exhaust out of that turbocharger into the inline turbocharger, which is connected to a different carburetor. Thereby getting the effect of 2 carburetors on that cylinder. It's just that the 4th turbocharger won't cool down the cylinder. It's tricksy, but it works.
How much power do you get out of each of those 5x5x3 sections?
I will be able to tell you in just a moment. The only annoying part about this, actually, is that you have to actually hook it all up. You have to bring it to this left junction piece. You can't just build the exhaust on the carburetor and then hook it up with exhaust pipes to the turbocharger on the carburetor. You have to build the turbocharger off the exhaust pipe. So you have to build the exhaust first, which is actually kind of annoying, if I'm perfectly honest with you. You'll see once I've finished building it.
I'll have to come over and inspect it, and you can inspect my design. We'll just compare and contrast.
Certainly. I'm actually hoping that your design is better than mine.
I don't know. My
it'll
design is
mean-
easy, which means it's probably not optimal.
I never know. Some of the best things are good because they're easy.
Yeah,
Making
good.
sure that everything's
I
pointing the
can't
right
screw it
way.
up.
This darkness is actually messing with me. So everyone on YouTube who is finding it hard, understand that you're not alone.
Yeah, I'm currently in the bottom of my ship, which is all grey, right? Because it's made of metal. I have the mirror line down, so I've got this bright glowing like wall down the middle, and I've got a grey place lit very poorly with like grey rain pouring in, lightning. I can't see what's going on down here.
I knew that was in the wrong place.
How much power do I need to shield this ship? I've got 2.4k at the moment. That's probably enough.
Okay.
What else? Anti-laser missile, anti-missile missiles or anti-missile laser? I know you're a massive fan of the anti-missile missile.
I am indeed a huge fan of the anti-missile missile.
Okay.
That's
I'll
fine.
do that then, I think.
That is so annoying. I'm going to have to change all of these pipes. But at least I discovered that now. I do apologize everyone watching me just faff around with this. It'll be worth it in the end, I assure you. It's a reasonably efficient engine for the space. But you do have to be very finicky with how you build it.
It's okay, I'm just building bulkheads at the moment. I've decided that, although it's a metal ship, the bulkheads should be made of wood to A, save some weight, and B, because we have a lot of natural sitting around.
Well, that would actually make it more buoyant.
Yeah.
So, it serves a purpose.
Yeah, it's true.
The frustrating thing with this design is you cannot use a mirror line. It can't be done. It's quite a shame. There we go. Dunk. Now that should be connected. Yes. Exhaust gases are leaving, but it is not cooling the engine. So the engines will get a little bit hotter, but they won't overheat. There we go. Engine setup. Now, normally, I should have thought of this but ahead of time, I would use a prefab to just copy this whole engine design, and then I'd daisy chain them. I would have to build this manually the whole way through, which would slowly drive me insane. Maximum power output is 800.
800?
Mm-hmm. Maximum
5x3.
Yeah, maximum power output is 800. Fuel use per second is, at 100% is 395 power per unit of fuel. So fuel use per second is 2. Fuel use per second at 50% is 1.7. Fuel use per second at 10% is 0.5.
Fuel use per second.
Basically, it's a high RPM engine, so at 100% output you can get 395 power per unit of fuel. I shall come and have a look at yours now.
395 power per unit of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is a lot more efficient than my engine.
Really?
My engine gives out 800 power, and it goes in a smaller space, but it is nowhere near as efficient.
Where is it? Where did you build it?
There's 3 of them in the rear of this ship. In the just grey area. Below the grey deck.
Below the grey deck. Ah, right, okay. I was worried for a moment. I was like, okay, there's some sort of crazy desync thing happening because I can't see a bloody thing. Mind you, I can't see a bloody thing anyway.
There we go. Told you, it's nightmare in the ship.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're doing. You've got 2 turbochargers per engines, per cylinder. It's effectively what I've got. I don't have the radiator connected. I could, but because I build it to daisy chain, I just build out extra crankshaft and just increase the engine size using exactly the same pattern. But
the advantage of these is I've got
how
redundancy.
much
I've got 3 engines.
Yes,
which I kind of
yes,
like
you
in a
have.
combat ship.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, wow, yeah, only 168 power per unit of fuel.
Yeah, that's the downside.
Okay. Still, it's a nice compact design.
Well, at least you've got nice things to say about it. That's true.
Well, it is compact design. To be fair, mine takes up a lot more room. It's a 5x5, and is no, actually it's 4 deep. But if you daisy chain it, each new section only adds on an extra 3.
Yeah.
So it's like 4, including the first part, which also has the engine block. But if you're actually coming over and having a look, the way it's designed is you can literally just keep adding it into itself. It slots very neatly into the shape left by the exhaust tubes on the far end, and you just build them along.
Let me just do this bulkhead.
Oh goodness, this is so loud. I really do actually need to keep building it. I'm sorry, everyone. I really am. The most annoying thing is just how loud the engine is right now, because it's struggling so hard.
How much power are you using out of our maximum?
We've got 892 left of 2,605.
It's not as high as it could be, at least that's...
No.
It's a saving grace there.
But again, one of the biggest issues with this engine design is that you need to build it. It has to take up, in Mugsblair, a lot of time to build because you cannot use prefabs.
A proper engine in the back of the ship.
Your engines do the job. Don't downplay them. They're pretty nice, but...
I mean, yeah, they have redundancy, but the negative is 4 times the fuel use. That means, like, a lot more fuel. It means we need to carry a lot more fuel.
Right now, this engine is not working particularly hard because our Wii engine over here, I need to increase the strain on the engine to get the most out of it right now. And the little engine that we had, loud as it was helping too much, so I'm just going to delete it.
How much fuel do you normally put on a combat ship?
Really does depend a lot on what I wanted to do. There you go. These engines are now really struggling. Glorious!
How much should our combat ship have, do you think?
Well, for a ship that size, depends what we're going to be doing with it.
Killing the Onyx Watch.
The Onyx Watch are far away. Is it going to be operating as part of a fleet, or is it going to be operating on its own? That's what I mean.
At the beginning, when we've only got a few of them, probably they're going to be operating, 1s and 2s.
EE, would you mind if I got rid of this gigantic cannon of yours?
You want to put a cram cannon there instead?
Yes, I do.
Yes, go for it.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I built that when I didn't really know about the cram cannon update.
Okay. You're forgiven.
45,000 or 90,000?
Again, it depends how long it's going to be operating by itself. You might find that it'll be okay working... If it's going to be like out there just by itself or at all times, then yeah, give it loads. Because it makes all kinds of sense for it to be... why can't I delete that? There we go.
How much fuel do we have on the station?
On the station? 45,000.
Like, if I go 90,000, it's going to take a while to fill this ship up.
Well, we don't know how fast our fortress is producing it, only that it has a storage of 45,000.
I'll go big.
Okay, go big, go home. I suppose. Oh, my lord, why did you have to put so much armor on this thing?
Are you trying to delete the cannon bit by bit?
Yeah, because I can't use my normal middle mouse button trick.
Can't you just, like, delete the base of the turret and then, like, the entire thing will fall down?
Yeah, but then it'll be bloody rubbish in the middle of the turret well. I refuse to work in a pigsty, man!
Yeah, you've got a point there, actually. I was trying to think of a way we could force,
Damn it, a little bit.
Degraded mode.
Managed to fly off. How annoying. It was quite a large gun, to be fair.
Yes, it's one saving grace. It's gigantic.
Balls.
What did you do?
I keep making rubbish, but accidentally by, like, not quite noticing that there's one little bit attached to the ammo loaders. And then it's the actual input feeds keep popping off. Because I don't notice them, and it's like, balls. My god, man, this thing was huge.
Yeah. I was trying to replicate a cram cannon, but without using a cram cannon because I didn't know about the cram cannon update.
Basically, you were just trying to make a big gun, and now you're using fancy words because fancy words have become part of the vernacular. Stop trying to act above your
just
station.
Said vernacular.
That's because vernacular is the only word that you can use to express the concept of a vernacular. That's
Lexicon.
why the word exists.
Lexicon? You can use lexicon.
And that's any better?
No, but you said it was the only word, and it's not.
No, I stand corrected. I wasn't aware of the word lexicon in that sense. I'm not a native English speaker like you, you scallywag. Right. We want to completely redesign this whole thing from the ground up.
Pretty much.
There we go. I've made that turret well much more maneuver. We can just move around in it now. It's awesome. It's gonna be grand. Yeah, metal beams to start with.
I'm kind of going through a phase where I like to
I
stick...
know.
Wow, I knew that was coming as soon as I said that. Where I like to stick things on spin blocks and have them like pop out of the ship, so the ships are really sleek, and then it like sees an enemy, it goes pop.
Yeah, that's something I did use to great effect with a lot of my previous designs, specifically the Sobek and the anti-missile missiles on the temple ship. If you recall me showing that to you.
Yeah, no, I remember the one.
And the Sobeks are literally, they've got such a low profile on the water. You barely notice them at a distance. And then when they're engaging in combat, just like, it all opens up and cruise missiles start launching out. It's glorious. I love that ship so much. We want AIs, weapon control. Now, how many AI are on this vehicle?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is a complicated question.
We've actually got quite a few. I mean, I guess for each type of weapon, it makes sense to have a dedicated AI if it's going to be a unique weapon that should be targeting in very different ways. So, okay, we'll add another one, but I'm trying to kick my habit of building a bajillion AIs there all the time.
Yeah, it can be annoying. I wish you could like group them into folders. I'm saying it on the off chance that, you know, someone's watching who thinks it's a good idea.
Nick has asked if we have any feedback, and I have passed it on that he's interested in, because we play it multiplayer, if we could present any feedback. So you don't need to be coy. You can just say, I would like this to be a case, and then I will put it down in a notepad, and then I will send it along.
Bear that in
Value
mind.
per block. Nick is actually really... I've said it before, but I will say it again. Nick is really super responsive to the community. It's not just a case of if someone says something, he'll listen to it and act on it. He will actively seek out feedback, which is really, really nice. I would generally like this not to go for fast-moving targets.
Yeah, so cram cannon that goes for like fast-moving targets just tends to not hit.
Yes, exactly. Aim point, target prioritization. Good.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, is it going to be long enough?
Now the thing is that I could build the cram cannons inside the base, but I refuse, frankly. I just refuse. But now that we're getting on to building the turrets, I spent a while building that engine. I may actually cut a little bit of that out. But do we want to wrap the episode up here?
This is probably a great place to wrap the episode up. So if you have enjoyed, if you would like, or you know, if you want to go to subscribe to one or two of us. Also go check out the other person's point of view to see how they built their engine and what their sort of design philosophy is, because I think we've got a differing design philosophy. Mine's simple because I'm simple, and yours is better because you're actually good at the game.
Don't put yourself down. I hate it when people do that. It's like, well, I want to build you back up, but you're actually correct. You are bad at the game.
Oh, thank you for that.
Well, I think the best thing to do when someone's fishing for compliments is to insult them. It teaches them to stop being a dramatic git. Basically, I come from Wales. This is how we deal with things.
Next time, stay shiny.
Take care, everyone.